doing well. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is my uni video. I've asked you guys questions on Instagram. I've asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, so I'm going to be using your questions as a guideline to what I discuss. I'm basically just going to go over my uni experience and what I've been through so far. Let me just put my phone on silent. So someone asked, how did you know what course you wanted to do? This is a really good question because I know a lot of people are really I'm just making sure I'm focused. Yes, I am. I'm just gonna make sure I'm focused, sorry. I know a lot of people face the struggle of not knowing what to study. My biggest advice is to do what you feel passionate about. Something that you enjoy and something that you feel like you can go on and do for a couple of years, and something that you feel like even if you put into pressure, you can still enjoy to an extent. Studying at the moment, yes I am. I'm in my third year right now. And yes, I'm almost finished. Someone asked, what are you planning to do after uni career-wise? Well, I am still on the edge of that, but I would love to work in the creative field. But I'm still not completely sure on what I want to do. Someone says, how do you deal with being the only Muslim on your course and the class always wants to socialise but it involves clubbing and alcohol? To be completely honest with you, my course definitely is mainly non-Muslims, which did sort of, in a way, it hindered my friend making, but to be honest, generally I'm not a very social person, which is really weird, but I don't go up to people and start speaking to them and stuff, so I probably made like 3 friends in uni, which is really quite depressing. But yeah, I haven't made a lot of friends in uni. I just find, I don't know, I preferred socialising outside uni, basically. What made me choose the course that I'm currently doing? I am studying English and Creative Writing at uni. What made me want to do it is because I loved writing and I loved reading and I loved poetry, and I used to write stories and poetry since I was 13, and I used to write stories since I was God knows how old, probably 7 or 8. I used to write even younger. So I've always had a passion for creativity. I've always had a passion for writing. I've had a passion for other creative things as well, but I thought English and creative writing would have been my best bet to do because I really loved it. My course is 3 years and I'm currently in my 3rd year, halfway through my 3rd year, and I'm nearly finished, and I'm really sad because I don't want it to end because I just love it. Like, it's such an amazing atmosphere. Like, it's just something that you've grown to love. It's better than college, better than school. It's just lovely. Someone said, are you majoring in something you're passionate about? Yes, I am, because if it wasn't for English and creative writing, I probably would have done something on the sciencey side. But yeah, I'm passionate about this. I wanted to do it because I really enjoy the subject. So yeah. What do I study? I study English and creative writing. Now my course has very different like, even though I'm studying English and creative writing, I'm doing loads of different things, and this is why I love my course. For example, for my 1st year I did drama, I did acting, I did writing stories, I wrote poems, I did a lot of literature work, I did a lot of, which I'm not very fond of by the way, I did a lot of essay writing, and then I studied language, so it was very different. In the 1st year they gave you like a taste of all the modules and different things I can do. In my 2nd year I started to choose what I wanted to do, and I did some beautiful courses. One of my absolute favourite courses was a Multiculturalism course. It was such an amazing course. Like, we studied, it was like a history lesson. Like, we studied about how people came into immigration into the UK after post-war, and the texts that people wrote at the time, and stereotypes of different races, and it was just so beautiful. I really loved it because I'm really into culture anyway, so it was something I really enjoyed. And this year I'm doing 4 different modules. 2 of the ones I've already done, which are really sad that I've ended because I really enjoyed them. First, screenwriting. Screenwriting is basically writing film, the script for film basically. And that's what I did, and I wrote a film. And I also did Stage and Society, which is basically studying theatre and plays in that have about society, because I know this is a bit of a lesson, but theatre has been known to sort of show what's going on in society and sort of project it to people, so people see it on a more magnified kind of image. Anyway, next semester, starting from the end of this month, I will be doing poetry, and I will be writing fantasy stories, and I'll be writing poetry, so that's really exciting, because fantasy is something I don't usually do, so I'm excited to see how I would work with that, to be honest. Definitely my biggest advice would be, don't study something for someone else. And I know this is hard because a lot of families want you to do something and you don't want to do it. If you feel like you can do it and you're good at it, cool. But if you feel like you're not passionate about it and you're not going to do well, I would say fight for what you're passionate about, because that's what you're going to do well in. And why would you want to do something, why would you fail in something that you didn't want to do anyway? It will be more painful than it already is. So I would say definitely do something you're passionate about. My parents definitely, when I was in college, would have preferred me to do something to do with, you know, something a bit more, what's the word? I don't even know what the word is, but sciencey, or I don't know. My dad really I was going to actually do biomedical science, and I took biology in college, but then I realised when I took biology in college that I could not do it at all. Like, no. I even did maths in college, and I was like, no, this is not me, I can't do this. And then I thought, you know what? At the end of college, I realised that I actually really loved English, and I was writing poetry, and I was entering competitions, and I was just so into it, and I really, like, my teachers really saw it in me. Like, one of my teachers, I remember in college, because I was really naughty, like, throughout school and college, I was a really naughty kid, especially in college, I was really loud. And for one of my English classes, I had to write a poem. And then when I gave it in to my teacher, she said, I have to see you after class. I was like, okay, what's going on? So she brought me after class, and then she was like, Habiba, this isn't your work. This is plagiarism, and you can't be doing this at college. If you do this in uni, blah, 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 blah. She's all talking about how this is plagiarism, and I, blah, blah, this isn't my work. I can't write like this. I was like, yo, woman. I was like, wow, you're so racist. But she was like, this isn't your work. I was like, yes, it is, bitch. No, I was like, yeah, it is, girl. It is. And then she was like, Habiba, you're gonna sit here in front of me now and write something. And that's what I did. And she was shocked. And she was like, wow. Now that I think of it, that was so racist. Like, I don't know, maybe she thought I was really naughty, or maybe she was being racist. I really don't know. But that's what happened. And since then, I knew that I had something that I really wanted to continue with. I definitely think that because I'm studying English and I'm doing a lot of writing, it's hindered my my creativity poetry wise, and I've not been writing much at all. In college, I literally used to write every day. Like, I used to sit every day on my computer and just write poetry. Like, it was crazy. Now, maybe every other month, maybe every 2-3 months. It's crazy because I'm so stressed about uni and I'm always writing, so when I want to come and write poetry, I'm just like, no, I don't want to see words. I don't want to see words. When you're doing an English module, it's like, obviously you're going to be seeing a lot of words and stuff, and it's like, I don't want to write anymore. Like, I've been writing all week. I don't want to keep writing. It's really annoying, but yeah. Someone said, do you want to work with uni on YouTube after uni? Yes, but I don't want it to be like my career. Like, I do definitely want YouTube to be, and blogging and whatnot, to be like on the side, but I don't think it's realistic for me to think that it's going to be my career, because I definitely need a career and a career path. And I was actually talking about this with my dad yesterday, and yeah, basically we were having a conversation about what I'm doing after uni. I've always been against teaching. Both my parents are teachers and they love it, and they've always sort of encouraged me, especially now that I'm doing English, they're encouraging me to go into teaching. And it's not something I really want to do because it's not something I'm passionate about. I can't be teaching kids. I can't deal with kids, so it's just like, no. But then when I think of it, I was thinking about it yesterday, I wouldn't mind, maybe I can see myself in a few years teaching creative, something really creative, teaching kids to be themselves and be creative and let out their creativity. That would be like the most amazing thing. But not really kids, I would probably teach like college students or something, because I would really enjoy that. I would also love to be a lecturer, actually. Lecturers have so much fun, especially English lecturers. Like, they chat so much crap. Someone said, what's the hardest thing about uni? Feeling like you're not good enough. I think that's the hardest thing. Sometimes you feel like you just you can't do as well as you can. But the thing about uni, you have to keep believing in yourself, and I've learned that over time. You actually are so capable, guys. Everybody is so capable of doing really, really well. You just have to really believe in yourself, and I think I've learned that over time and over meeting really, really good lecturers. Like, I've had, alhamdulillah, I've had some really good lecturers and really bad lecturers, but the good ones have overpowered, and they're just so lovely, and they're really there for you. It's like they're there for you and they're to help you, and they're there to push you and tell you, you know what, you've got a talent, you're good at this, you got to keep doing it, you got to keep persevering, and you need to like continue with it. And I really, really love that about uni, and I love that about, you feel like with your lecturers, you feel like they're a friend. It's not like you're an adult or you're whatever. It's like there's unity in it, if that makes any sense. Okay, best advice for an English student. First of all, always believe in yourself, especially if you're a Muslim. And I have to say this, but sometimes you can feel really sort of patronized. Like the white kids can be very sort of, what's the word? They can be they can be really patronizing, and you can sometimes feel like, do you know what, I'm not good enough. But do you know what, guys, you really are. You are, because you can never feel like someone's better than you if you don't try. You just have to believe in yourself, basically. Just believe in yourself. I've definitely felt really sort of, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not as good as these kids, man. I didn't grow up speaking English. I grew up speaking Arabic. I grew up in an Arabic household. My mum's first language wasn't English, and sort of like, it can get really like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not as good as them. I'm not as good as them. But do you know what? Slowly, slowly, you realise it's not about that. It's about how much you put in work. No matter how posh someone's speaking around you, it doesn't mean, no matter how big the words they're using and whatnot, you can do better. Trust me. It's so easy to stop believing in yourself. And I think this is advice for everything in general. Like, believing in yourself can be so hard. Like, I've struggled with it. Like, when I was doing my assignments for this deadline, I've struggled with it so bad, because I always thought, sometimes I always feel like, okay, I'm doing this assignment, I know I'm not going to do well in it, but whatever. But this time I felt like, do you know what, let me believe in myself, let me try harder, let me just push a little bit further. And I think that's the best thing you could do with any course, with any studying, with anything in your life, believing in yourself. Because you only have yourself, you only have this body, you only have this person that you're going to live in with, is this thing. So you got to believe in it, and you have to push yourself all the time. All the time. Okay, uni is that kind of that part in your life where you start to discover yourself so much more. Like, it's sort of black and white kind of thing. You just discover yourself and you realise what you want, and you struggle a lot, because you're being plunged into adulthood, and it can be really stressful. So yeah, guys, I hope that helped you, and I hope that answered most of your uni questions. As I said, I'm in my 3rd year now, so I've experienced a lot of crazy things. And if you're about to start uni this year, just be prepared. Always get home. My mum's calling me. Naam. Walaikum salam. Okay. جيبي لي للبيت please. A big one with loads of chicken and loads of salad. Yeah, everything. Yeah, it's okay, but not too hard.
Not too hard.
Okay.
خلاص.
ايه بس.
هيك.
ايه.
طيب بدك شيء؟
لا السلام عليكم. سلامتك.
وعليكم السلام.
Bye. Okay. As I was saying, what was I saying? I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!